Okay, this is Wing Rider. I'm back. Yeah. Run, little squirrel, run. This KLR is absolutely unmolested. It is. I haven't changed anything on it. You know, it's got a. It had 925 miles on it. I got it 7 months ago. Now it's only got less than 1,800. I put a fuel filter in the line because the rust in the tank, and then the cutoff valves got filters in it, but they had some holes in them, and I got a new one. I just hadn't put it in there yet. And it's got a 16 tooth front sprocket instead of a 15. But other than that, I also have a 2012 Honda Goldwing, and I have a trailer I pull behind it when the girlfriend goes with me. Otherwise, I don't pull the trailer. And that is my cross-country touring bike. But the KLR, guys, do it. I was inspired by like Billy Music's videos. We lost Billy, unfortunately. He had a heart problem. He was younger than me. But then Jeremy Ride's videos, I noticed Jeremy Ride's videos. Him and Mike and Travis and the gang, they ride KLRs, and I think Mike's is, unless he's changed it, was like an 08 KLR. Same color as this one. But fantastic videos, man, and but I'm just taking a ride through the country here, back roads, checking on a house that my sister and her husband, I have two houses. They got one way out here and one next to mine, and then one way out here down these dirt roads. And some friends of ours, they moved, basically retired, moved to Arizona or somewhere where their daughter lives, and then my sister and her husband bought the house from property from them. So this is all farm country back here. Cattle gap. Yeah, this is all farm country back in here where I live. So the only thing that sucks about it is that I got a ways to go to get to the highway when I ride the Goldwing. The KLR loves this stuff, man. Plus, I used to race motocross and enduro back in the late 70s and early 80s. Back prior to going on highway patrol, and then I still had a bike. I had a Honda. It was a 400. Oh, I forget. It was a dual sport. You could ride it on the road and off-road like the KLR here. Big 4-stroke thumper. And then I had I bought a brand new Yamaha FJ 1200 in 1989. So I hate this thick sand. This KLR handles pretty good. There's a UPS guy. He might have my Pelican case. I ordered a 1560, the size of Pelican case, a used one to go on the back of the KLR. When I saw Jeremy Ride's videos where he took a Pelican case and bolted it to the rack on the back of his KLR, it was perfect, man. So I thought I'll do that. I got a used one for 70 bucks. That's not bad for a nice Pelican case. Those things retail about $125 or more. Man, this thick sand in Florida, in North Florida especially, it's all sand, man. Oh, shit. I was doing it wrong, I forgot. Here's the thing. When you get in a situation like that, I learned it from riding enduro. Stay in a low gear and keep your RPMs up high, because if you get in a rut or something, you can power your way right out of it real quick with just a twist of the throttle. If your RPMs are too low and you're too high of a gear, you start lugging, that's when you have trouble. So when you get in a situation like that, you slow down, go to a lower gear and get your RPMs up higher. That's the key. I learned that a long time ago from an old motocross racer that was from back in the 60s, and he rode through the 70s part of the time. Then he got kind of old and he quit, but that's what he told me. And he said, you know, low RPM or high RPMs, low gear, that's the key in the mud and the muck and the sand. Usually on an enduro, that's the case on the enduro. On the motocross track, it's wide open or nothing. You just peg the throttle wide open and hang on, man. Otherwise, you're not very competitive. On the enduro, it's kind of the same thing, but you regulate your throttle in the woods, man, through them trails. Otherwise, you die or you bounce off a tree or something. Because usually going through there on those motos, on those enduros, you see plastic on fenders and mirrors and crap all over the trails where curves and stuff are, where guys crash into trees and rip their bikes apart. And I've had some major get-offs. I'm not going to say I haven't, but you learn, man, if you survive. But the KLR, is it perfect? Damn near it, man. I'd love to have a Yamaha Super Tenere, but I got this KLR, man. I traded my 1990 Honda Pacific Coast for it to my brother-in-law. It had 40,000 miles on it, and this thing had 925 miles on it. I got the better end of the deal of that one, but he didn't care. He was going to give it to me anyway, just for the asking, because I've been doing a lot of stuff for him lately. But I just had the Pacific Coast painted, $1,000 paint job put on it. I love that bike, man. He still got it. I actually still have the title in my name. He just haven't asked for it yet. I don't know if he's going to do it or not. Anyway, I'm going to kill this one. Pull up in here. See that house over there? I don't know if you can see it. Over there, am I pointing the camera right? That's it. And then the garage and the pastures and all that. But I'm gonna, well, let me show you. Let me ride up there to it. But this is the first KLR I've ever had. I had a Kawasaki once, KDX 400 that I raced enduro with. I was open class, I rode the big boys, and I liked it. It was a mother to start though, because it was two-stroke. Kickstarting that sucker wasn't easy. But this KLR, man, it's beautiful. Oh! That's not the house, this is back here. Dude, this thing's got some power, man. Yeah, there's the place. It's pretty neat. I usually just pull up here and firewood for the winter. It's got a big oven or a stove in there in the bottom basement workshop kind of part. Anyway, I'm going to kill this one. This will be part 2. Since you can't edit like you could before. I hope they change it back, man, because that sucks. Anyway. Oh! There it is, dude. I love my KLR, man. It's got these soft bags on it. The KLR soft bags on there. Them light switches work backwards. It's got this soft bags on it there, but I ordered that Pelican case to go on up here to bolt on. It bolts on up here and here. There's 2 bolts here. You just get longer bolts and drill through the Pelican case and bolt it on there. But that's the KLR. I mean, this sucker's like a museum piece. It's like new, man. It's got brand new turn signals on it because they had a warranty issue. Even 9 years later, I called Kawasaki. I just acquired this KLR with 925 miles on it. These things here rot. They fell over. Well, it's under warranty, dude. Bring it by. We'll put new ones on it. And they did. So there's my KLR. Anyway, I'm going to call it quits on this one. Check out the place. Make sure it's, because nobody's been out here in a little while. And check out the place and make sure everything's cool. So, later, dudes.